Hey the berries, hope you're doing well. We are playing a Janna support game, but we're going to do it very, very controversially. If you didn't know, recently Janna had big changes to her, a revert, to make her not play passive. But in true gangster style, we are going to tell Riot no, and we're actually going to play her a lot more passive still, back into kind of what her old playstyle used to be with Glacial Augment. Move on, Glacial Augment. The reason being is that I am very sus of this W worth the harassment in lane. I am going to max E, I'm not going to max W. We're going to do the exact same thing as we were doing pre-revert patch, okay? And from my own mental, I want to see what the actual proper difference is, because it doesn't seem worth it to constantly go in for W harassment. So I was just talking about this on stream just a little while ago, and if W maxing Janna is the way, then I don't really see the point in playing Janna when you can play Nami, and also Nami isn't that great right now. The main reason being is that if you are having to go to W to trade onto one single target to get gold, you can do that on Nami, and you also get healed with one button. So also the problem is that if this is better, then we have a problem because Q got giga nerfed this patch, really. Also E kind of got nerfed a little bit too. It's just going to be quite an annoying lane because that you're gonna get bonus XP here. Oh, she's going for it. Okay. Gonna be careful of the binding here though. We're gonna have to be careful of a cane here though. Okay. So yeah, that's actually crazy that she survived. I've got E. The thing is, right now, this wave is really bad, and I need to kind of solve it. I don't have my Q right now. But yeah, the Q got kind of giga nerfed, unfortunately. Mana increase went up quite a massive amount. This lane isn't really pushed in properly. I tried, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Looks like Nui is going to be pushing us back though, so we're actually okay. If they were playing this better, they would just freeze that and then we'd be in a lot of trouble. Not the best recall buying. Why is the wave awful? Because there's a lot more blue minions pushing in than red, so they can freeze the lane, which they kind of decided to do right now, which kind of still works out for them a little bit. And it means we then have to overextend in the lane a lot more. And also we lose out on resources because our own minions are denying us minion resources because we're not next to them. Yeah, kind of crazy that Caitlyn got to stay alive there. But yeah, I don't know yet whether or not the revert is a buff or a nerf yet. And I feel like it's probably enough, if we're going to be honest. And a lot of Janna players, I'm probably going to get a lot of grief from Janna mains saying that. But it's just my opinion, man.
Much appreciated.
One of the things that previous Jannas were doing though, even though they were playing passive, was spamming Q. I really don't feel like you can do that though this patch. Just because they increased the cooldown of Q and the mana cost.
has added 5 to the berry bush.
You can probably do it here though. Okay. If Flora, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That's super, super kind of you. Thank you very much. And welcome to everyone who just joined the Berry Bush. Ham and Cheese, Kali, Salah, Godly, and Smaller. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. So this Lux is out of mana, so I actually probably could use a bit of mana here. Harassing, that's nice. Yeah, there's not much that this Lux is going to be able to do. It's more of Kayn that we need to be careful of. I think, honestly, I really think after this revert, I think Riot were planning on doing it. They were going to increase the range of W. But they decided not to, and I think if they did decide to increase the W... Well, that's such a good Q though. It would help a lot. Because it really feels like, well, as someone who plays Nami a lot, it really just feels like, what's the point in playing Janna when you could just do the same thing on Nami but also receive the heal back? Also, they reduced the slow duration of the W from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. And like with Nami, you got those 3 charges of your E on for slowing. You don't have to personally apply it, your allies can. And it does bonus damage. And and I've already said you got 3 charges there. It's like, it doesn't really feel like, the only real point here is like the easier disengage. I don't have anything else right now. You want it? You got it. Now you could argue, could I have done that with playing Nami? Probably not, because Janna does have better disengage. So Nami's can be even with the revert, like Nami is much better in terms of being aggressive. But being defensive, Janna's always queen, and I don't understand the point of even like maxing the W, like still, because of it. We are going to go into Shredders. We do have free boots coming in with this build, which is at the moment at 9 minutes for us. But yeah, I hopefully, like, my point is getting across. Like the shield here, putting extra points in the shield makes a big difference too. Like an extra 5 base AD damage doesn't sound like a lot, but once we've already put a couple more points in, it's a free longsword for the Caitlyn. It's plus 400 gold in damage. Like, although I need to shield the Caitlyn when she gets poked like that. So yeah, I don't see the reason in terms of maxing W. I don't see the point in going Arcane Comet still. If they, as I said, if they increase the range of W, make it easier to trade. Honestly, they could. I would rather they increase the base damage of the W and just reduce the slow a little bit. Maybe reduce the slow by like half, but increase the duration back up to 3. Something like that. I guess alternatively, I got my ulti here. That was not what I really wanted, but I did isolate Neoya a little bit. Why is this Kayn down here all the time? He's like ganked this lane like 3 or 4 times. Alright, I got my boots in already. But yeah, they need to augment the W or the passive in order to make it like do more damage in that regard, because I think Janna's new passive, like the 25% of like bonus movement speed, or then it scales with leveling, but like auto attacks and her W do more damage. It's really not good. It's pretty bad. Okay, so yeah, Kate's playing pretty well. I mean, to be fair, I think I've also been playing okay. Do we want to stay for another wave? No. Okay. I'm sorry, Kanan. I can't do anything more than that. Maybe we should have probably looked to record. How many times? That's Pantheon top, by the way. He's bot now. How many times have we been ganked this lane? Like 4 times? I think it's the first time they actually got a kill from a gank. take the cannon and back off. I can't kill the Lux. Although, let's say Caitlyn has ulti. Yeah, okay. That's so cringe. Oh yeah, you can kill her now. Just ult her. Oh, Gragas just... I didn't even see him teleport down, if I'm going to be completely honest. I was fixated so much on not making sure I was dying them. There's no I don't think there's any pings, were there? Let's do Moonstone. I think Shroud is fine to do too. Even Shroud is troll. Not Even Shroud? Oh yeah, but it's not what I'm thinking of. Echoes is troll. But yeah, I don't see the point in playing Janna more aggressively when she is literally the queen of Disengage and, you know, playing that kind of style. And if it is the case that it is better, and honestly really it kind of already feels better, then she's just taking a nerf this patch, really, because they nerfed, as I said, they nerfed the Q, they increased the cooldown of Q, I think it was by 2 seconds, they increased the mana cost base plus 30, they increased the shield cooldown as well by plus 2. Okay, you get it reduced a little bit when you land the crowd control, but it's easier just to kind of throw the shield on like that, and then sometimes you then have the crowd control, so overall in my opinion it is a nerf. You've lost the 20% heal and shield bonus for slowing a target. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Janna got nerfed. I mean, she was tier 1 anyway. She probably could, you could argue she probably could use the nerfed anyway. But yeah, I don't think this is exactly what people were expecting though. Caitlyn has not got ulti. There's a Nocturne fighting Kayn, but there's no point chasing that. I'm dead. And they're both alive down there. Nocturne doesn't have ulti. Nocturne's on his way down. They are all really low. That's a yikes. Yeah. Such a shame Nocturne doesn't have ulti for that. The outcome could have been way different. I'm right here, buddy. Can you do anything to stay alive? You're running away from me. Okay. She needed to go like up here if possible. What? No! Wait, he cancelled an auto as well. Oh my lord. Man, I don't know what's going on in this game because we've had to focus. We've had so much pressure on bot. We've had 4 or 5 Kayn appearances, a Pantheon appearance. We're doing ahead. We're ahead still on bot. It's just I don't know what's going on the rest of the map. It's a bit of a disaster watching some of these guys. Well, we should try and persevere and see if we can try it. We're gonna have to try to extend our lead a little bit. Under the turret you go. You absolute clown. I guess I die. Okay, then can't help. Not enough, unless Syndra can get in range. Okay, I still got an assist. Kinda tempting to go for a Dark Harvest, but we've been ganked so many times, it feels like unlikely that we're gonna get that much sealage right now. But I think Dark Seal and Janna is decent still. Wait, now Pantheon's down here. This is what I mean, there's no point running Dark Seal. It's just literally everyone's just going bot side all the time. It's a 7-1 Pantheon, by the way. Double Assassins. Very high bursty team on the enemy team, so... It's gonna be difficult keeping people alive. Like, all the more reason not to go W max, right? This game, like, in particular, it's just you would get blown up trying to... If I went in for some of the W harassments that you're meant to try and do this patch with a W max build in Janna, I would have died 4 or 5 times this game. And honestly, that's kind of just been my general experience of like forcing the W, forcing myself to try and harass with it, but there's just no point. There's really no point. The trade is off is so bad every time. I would much prefer the slow to be reduced but have more base damage. This rise is pretty strong. My slows aren't going to do anything to rise anyway with the phase rush. That's a combo and a half, isn't it? Nice. Nice trap. Me and this Caitlyn are playing very well together. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the Kanan died. My ult didn't quite push away the Kayn. I think he came out like a split second, like later after I ulted. Hey Emily, how you doing? We got a fight on our hands here. I need to disengage the Pantheon. I don't think we kill Panth. I don't really want this fight. Yeah, like... Shame that Q didn't go a little bit further. One of the things like that did get buffed though, I will say, in turn. Oh my god. Is the E shield not depleting as fast. That's nice. That's been a nice little Janna buff in terms of being passive, but it's not enough really to offset the Q nerfs in my opinion early. And the Q cooldown, the Q and E cooldown as well. And the lack of shield and heal power for getting a tiny bit of cooldown reduction is... Alright, I'll want my ulti here. Okay. There's a ward in that brush. This is nasty. I have to shield the Nocturne. I need him alive. This is so messy. Okay, I gotta run. I don't want to be here anymore. If Nocturne had ulted the whole time, he probably should have just popped it just to. Oh, nice job, Caitlyn. Just to deny vision. That could have been quite good. Yeah, I'm doing alright, thank you, Emily. Not too traumatized after doing normals with you and some other viewers yet last night. But yeah, I think this game is a very, I know it's the one game sample, blah blah blah, but I played a lot Janna yesterday, like focusing on different variants of going full AP Janna, maxing W Janna, doing 3 points in W Janna, but like honestly, this feels so much better. I know the Caitlyn's playing quite well, but when's Janna's job, primary job is to disengage and peel. And Riot want to change that in terms of, I know people like wanted to play the more aggressive playstyle on Janna, but honestly, it's not her best. People need to get over it, really. It's not what her kit is. I know that there are ways to make that part of the kit more engaging and more fun by, you know, they're trying to do that. I can see why they're trying to do it, but what they've done right now is not enough in order to warrant that kind of playstyle. To warrant that kind of playstyle, they would have to honestly nerf the shield again. They would have to increase the range of the W, reduce the slow on the W, increase the base damage of W. I would even argue bring the cooldown of Q down further, like per point or something, to make it a weird, like, you know, you could go like a WQ build or something. And max E last, like make that a potential option. I would be interested in looking at that, but in terms of the revert itself, I think it overall, in my opinion, is not great. And one of the reasons why probably Crip it doesn't feel the same as before is because Arcane Comet also got nerfed a few patches ago, so doing like a W Arcane Comet Janna really is not even the same as what it kind of even used to be either. Too many. Don't like having to ult there, but I want to keep Nocturne here. So yeah. Max W first is troll. I think just play it as you kind of used to, honestly. I think it's still fine to play it like that. I think she's probably slightly weaker, but in that regard, having to play a little bit more passive, but I think Glacial Augment, Janna, or even going Airy Janna into that kind of playstyle is the best. Okay, I'm probably going to take a lot of grief from Janna mains from saying that. I think the overwhelming majority of Jannas feel like it is a buff to her and her build, but yeah, I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see it. I am someone who, I will say, I'm someone who has never really enjoyed playing Janna that much. So the amount of games overall in Janna is like way less than something like me playing like a Nami, for example, because I like playing aggressive. And what they did with the Reaver here is they tried to push it into a more aggressive thing. I'm just saying, like, when there are other aggressive options as Enchanter available to you, especially during laning phase, what they've done isn't enough to warrant focusing on that W at all. So yeah. But there you go. So that will be a YouTube video. Feel free to Twitch chat to say hi to YouTube. So yeah, that's my take. It's kind of a, I don't know. I will die on this hill saying that I'm happy to die on this hill saying that the Janna Revert isn't good. So yeah.